you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to another episode
Of the Candle Coven podcast.
This is a little catch-up.
It's a catch-up episode, which means that we kind of talk about whatever we want, but we also take letters, emails, carrier pigeons, and suggestions from the Candle Coven.
I do love the carrier pigeon ones. They get priority.
Do people still use carrier pigeons, I wonder?
What did we just watch where I feel like the carrier pigeon was like...
There was a carrier pigeon in a movie that we just watched.
It was that fucking movie with... Was it the one that was like the ritual killer?
Yes. What was that?
Was that Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
Was that the one with pigeons?
I think there was pigeons in that.
My main one is like Karate Kid 4.
Okay.
Because I think there's like a... She like make friends with like a pigeon person?
I don't really remember. Is that the one with what's her name?
Hilary Swank.
Hillary.
Who's pregnant, by the way.
Oh, good for her.
$1 million baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's $1 million baby. There you go. I've never seen $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
I found out what happened
good.
at the end, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
It's like horrible.
Yeah. That one, and then The Green Mile, or is it a Green Mile? The Green Mile. I saw that in theaters when it came out.
Were you in like Guantanamo?
It was
Did they make you watch
so sad.
What about Boys Don't Cry?
Oh, I watched it once, can never watch it
Did she
again.
get the Oscar for that?
I think she did.
Is she a 2 in a row? Like
she might be close to 2 in a row.
Damn.
Incredible, but like so traumatizing.
Everything she does is traumatizing.
Yeah, she's a great actor.
What's that Gerard Butler one that she did?
Yes.
The rom-com?
Yes.
It was like Thank You, I Love You or something like that.
P.S. I Love You.
P.S. I Love You.
Yep.
Close.
Yep.
I love shit like that.
Me too. First and foremost, I do want to just address my romper and my bangs.
I mean,
I have a lot of physical things that I need to speak about. First and foremost, I got bangs.
It's a big deal.
I did a French bob, and I was like, you can't call it a French bob if you don't have French bangs. So my friend Kelly came, and we were like, let's go for it.
It's giving Amelie. It's giving
cute.
Before Sunrise, even though it's like not. It's in Paris, right?
Right.
It's just like it's not
It's
giving.
just very like I wanted like a 90s
Audrey Tautou.
Okay, I was obsessed with Amelie in high school, and I had like the Amelie haircut, which is different than this because it is stacked in the back.
The Amelie haircut is dated.
We're not stacking.
No,
we're not stacking with bobs right now.
It's a little too Kate Gosselin.
If you get too stacked,
what do they say?
You automatically, you can't go back. Yeah, you automatically can't go back is what they've always said.
It never grows.
So stacking is out of the question here for me because I just don't need to look like I'm gonna complain about something.
I know, like you could style it one wrong way or like put it with
and all of a
one
sudden
wrong
it's
outfit,
like ma'am,
right?
And I'm like, don't ma'am me,
right? You like can't go to Starbucks,
right? And then I also got this vintage romper.
Yeah,
that's from the 90s. That is so funny.
I almost want to like put a filter on this video to make it feel like it's like a 90s sitcom.
It's so, I feel like I'm like 6 from Blossom.
Yeah, like you come in
and
the
I
middle
have
of the
on
episode.
my vintage Docs and my hairy legs.
Like you come into the middle of an episode and everyone's like, yeah, they clap.
Yeah. And she comes in, she's like, I don't think so. Yeah. She has like a big I need like a bucket hat too, or like the flower hat that like folded
what's
up.
That material? Like what is that material?
What one?
The ones that kind of like baskety.
The hats?
Yeah.
But
the floppy still.
Like woven like raffia. What is that
stuff?
stuff?
I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know. Of course I do. Mm-hmm. I was there. We
had
a lot of accessories. A lot of hot glue. Things were being hot glued.
Like at home.
Oh, at home.
Yeah.
My mom had a stint where she was making puff paint sweatshirts.
Ugh.
So
what
that
a nice
was
expression of creativity.
It was cute. They were very cute.
Puff paint really had a chokehold on us.
It did.
I used a lot of puff paint.
When you actually like look online for like 90s vintage shirts, there's a lot of puff paint stuff that comes up.
It's great. I don't know what happened to it. Like, why did we stop doing it?
Here's what happens with puff paint. When you put it in the dryer, sometimes it sticks to itself and it cracks. Exactly. And it doesn't have a longevity. And like back in the day, we weren't like air drying things. Everything just like went in the dryer.
Yeah.
So like we didn't have like, I don't know, maybe fabrics were better back then. And they could be like handle being put, like everything's made out of plastic now, so you can't dry it.
Right. I don't remember anything. Like I don't remember doing laundry. I don't remember hanging clothes. I don't remember like eating. I don't remember doing anything back in the day.
just completely erased it.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, did we hang our clothes? I feel like we hung our clothes.
Did
like,
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like didn't do that much hanging, I don't think.
I mean, that's like American. It's to like dry your clothes.
Dry your clothes.
That's like
exactly.
The most American thing ever.
Exactly. Which is hilarious because like you could just put it out in the sun.
But it feels, I mean, maybe, I don't know what it is about America. Like, they hate fresh air.
You know what it is too, though? When I think about putting my clothes outside to dry, the allergens for me.
Yeah.
I get a Thomas J level of allergies.
That's what I'm talking about too. Yeah. But is that the reason why?
I think it's just to sell. Everything ultimately is to sell something to us.
Right.
So it's just for the dryers of it all. Like, and then the dryer sheets.
If you did hang your clothes, would your allergies be this bad?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like did you not like build the immune system because you're drying shit?
I think you're right.
You know?
You know what? If everything that we do is wrong, pretty much.
I don't want to be right. No, but that's the crazy thing about like this climate change hullabaloo.
Can you imagine?
Right? Is that like it's not going to be like, oh, all of a sudden everything is on fire. It's going to be like, oh, next year I can't open my eyes because the air quality is so bad.
Right? No, we're already starting to see that. Like the air quality. Okay, so
oh my God.
Literally the air quality was so bad last week that like I couldn't open my eyes.
Seriously.
It was such bad allergies.
Yeah, like asthma and like
and like I would open up the weather app and it'd be like, don't. Just don't.
All of a sudden, this thing that I've never heard of, the red flag warning of weather.
Right, where it's like...
I was like, Tom Sandoval's here.
Yeah, well, Scandival has touched all of us in ways that we...
It's consumed me.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, red flag warning is like when it's like dry and windy, if there's not enough moisture in the air, because then it's like a fire hazard.
Yeah, I had never heard of that before.
And I guess it's an issue because people burn leaves a lot, like when they're doing like yard cleanups.
And like, isn't that also like not right?
So we're not supposed to do that. Apparently, we're supposed to leave the leaves because they...
Leave the leaves.
Leave the leaves. They, disintegrate. What's it called?
Combust?
What's it called when things... Compost, yeah. They basically give nutrients to the soil.
That makes sense to me.
And so when we're, like, trying to grow this grass...
The lawns.
Lawns are killing us. Lawns are so bad.
Alana.
You had something to do with it.
That's
I knew it. But yeah, lawns are bad. All these things are bad for us. These things that are like, you seem like, oh, that can't hurt us. Yes, it can.
It sure do be hurting us.
The fact that they only planted male trees. What was the reason for that?
I don't know. Probably something really misogynistic and stupid.
And I guess the male trees just are out here doing what male trees do, which is
starting
blowing pollens. Yes.
With humans.
Like, basically... Without mincing words, these trees are jizzing all over the place and making us so nipshy. We're like...
Yeah, I know. It's Jocelyn.
When I found that out, I was like, unbelievable. I cannot
believe
the depths.
It makes me so mad at how much the daddies have fucked this up.
Our ancestors have a lot
I'm like, but
to answer for.
Why are the daddies in charge? Daddies should never be in charge. We all know what happens
when
daddy's
daddy.
in charge.
You know? Let mommy do it.
What? Like, no one ever puts daddy in charge.
Better yet, put grandma in charge.
Fine. Yes.
A
stern grandma.
Grandma?
We've talked about this. Excuse me. Speaking of stern grandmas.
Here we go.
Male trees, everyone.
Guys, here's a new drinking or smoking or whatever you do game. Anytime Alaina mentions or uses a tissue, take a hit, take a sip. You'll be wasted.
Fucked. It's like the Tom Schwartz of the weighted armbands.
Oh, yeah.
On Watch What Happens.
Yes. We need to, like, maybe have, like, an entire Scandival episode because there's so much to talk about. I know, everyone else is talking about it.
I think what everyone else thinks. He's a monster.
Right? I do want to address the Candle of the Week, which I picked kind of to match my outfit.
I love that for you. That's so fun.
Sade, Eucalyptus, and Ylang candle from the Mystics. It smells so good. Someone has described it before as smelling very, like, Aveda-like, which
like a spa.
Is from my background. I went to the Aveda Institute,
my
alma mater, and I'm definitely inspired by that. So if you like that kind of, like, herbal, eucalyptus, rosemary, I mean, it has, like, every kind of florally, herbally, chamomile-y. It's so soothing, and it packs a punch.
Yeah, you can smell this shit.
Oh, yeah. She smells good, too.
She fills a room.
It's very soothing.
Yeah, it is.
It's something I think that's pretty universally enjoyed and mixes really well with others because it's not too sweet or too citrusy or anything. It's just, like, very herbally and gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm enjoying smelling it while observing your outfit.
Thank you. I just thought, like, the purple and, like, this outfit is listening to Sade.
Yes, definitely.
Right?
Smooth. Is that what she's listening to?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Molly is afoot.
We have a fan.
A tiny dog. Here she comes.
She's more of a fucking complainer. She's a complaint.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say. I know, but if I pick you up, you're not gonna like my lap.
Put her on my lap. Can you put her on my lap?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
This is a great opportunity for everybody to see how funny this romper is. Look at this.
I love it.
I'm obsessed with it.
I love that you have to take the whole thing off to go to the bathroom.
You know? Okay. All right, so I have like a few kind of questions. One's a candle related question that I wanted to do because I love any opportunity to just talk about an info dump about candles. It's kind of like my favorite thing.
Cool.
And then we have some other like sort of, hot topic things.
Love it.
We're going to do a few today, I think.
Fun. I love it when you print it out.
Right?
Nice and big so you can see.
Thank you. All right, so this is a great question that I got from a member of the Candle Coven. And these are one of the things, like when it comes down to it, this is kind of the questions that would keep me up at night, like logistics.
Yeah.
What's the best, most optimal way to do something?
Right.
That's like what
You're
I'm
just,
always
like,
thinking
playing out
about
scenarios.
constantly. I'm literally just like laying in bed going, carry the one.
Very Minority Report. You're one of those precogs.
I'm a precog for sure. Put her.
You also sleep in a milk bath.
Yes,
so.
I do. Just put her in the water. Just leave her alone. All right. Weird question that may be dumb. There are no dumb questions. Only dumb people.
Yeah.
That's
dumb answers?
I think that's an Eleanor Roosevelt quote.
Yep. Lesbian icon.
I'm just kidding. There's no such thing as dumb questions. Can you discuss timing lighting candles with cooking? I seem to always want to light a candle right when I'm about to start cooking dinner, but that makes no sense because the candle scent will have to compete with the cooking smells. Then, if I light a candle after dinner, I'm not going to stay awake long enough to really enjoy the scent filling up the room. So I guess my question is, what are the best times of day to light candles for optimum enjoyment? Is this a dumb question? No, it's not. And
that got me thinking. I feel like that math lady meme where I'm like,
so I totally understand this because, sometimes you get home late from work and by the time you're done making dinner, you only have like 30 minutes to relax before you want to start your nighttime routine and get into bed. So here's what I suggest.
Is it calling out from work?
Don't work. Your candles take priority.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So I personally don't have an issue with burning a candle while I'm cooking. I don't necessarily. We have an open concept kitchen to living room. So if that's kind of your setup, just light the candle in the living room portion, let it come to its full fruition. And then by the time you're done with dinner, it'll fill up the room and you can go relax in the living room. That being said, if this is the kind of situation where you want to keep it in the kitchen or you want to keep an eye on it, you don't want it necessarily burning someplace unsafe. Someplace that I find, where you're not really watching a candle is when you burn the candle in a bathroom. Because there's a lot of heat-safe surfaces in a bathroom. And as long as there's no drafts and there's no curtains or things that it can get into.
And your sink isn't like too tilted.
Right. Light a candle in the bathroom when you get home from work. Go do your dinner, eat your dinner, and then when it comes time to relax, your candle will have had some time to like come liquid and start to like really put the scent notes out. Move the candle from the bathroom to your living area.
Oh, that's clever.
And then just chill with your candle and then put it out.
Wow.
Another option.
You're like the Phil Jackson of candles.
Oh my God, thank you. If only.
I can't believe you know who Phil Jackson is.
Is it Nike?
It's the Bulls.
It's the Bulls. Which like always
is
it Nike?
That was close. Yeah, you were in the range.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay,
in the range. Ben Affleck.
Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay, great.
Ben Affleck speaking Spanish fluently.
Right? Sometimes you hear people speaking a different language and you're just like, what?
I know. I was like, what dimension am I in?
It blows your mind.
Yeah.
I know. Whenever like friends of mine like speak a different language, I'm always like, you're so smart. Yeah. It like really impresses me. But yeah, so that's a really good way to do it.
That's a great tip.
Another thing you can do is if you want to take that candle, light it after your dinner, use it, then bring it to the bathroom for your nighttime routine. And then when you have a candle burning for when you're doing your, your skincare or whatever. Or you don't want to do any of that, light your candle. And then if you have to blow it out before it's fully liquid across the top, which is like kind of the issue here because it's like you don't want to blow it out too soon because you need a few hours to enjoy a candle. just use the tinfoil method the next time to just even it out.
Right.
We have a video on this on our YouTube channel if you want
Or
to
like
check
what
it
we
out.
talked about last week is the tall candles.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Is that they are narrower and taller, so
and they have
the surface area is smaller.
Yep.
So it burns across way faster.
Way faster. Those are a great candle to burn if you don't have a lot of time on hands, or if you actually have a lot of time. It goes either way because they burn for like ever.
It's a tube.
140 hours.
Yeah, they're great.
So those are really a good option if you just need like maybe. They usually get liquid pretty quickly, depending on the temperature of the room that you're in. Because if it's a colder room, it takes longer.
Yeah.
But in a couple hours, that thing is completely liquid. So the tall candles are great for when you want a quick burn.
What if you burn like 3 tall candles at once? That's pretty
sick.
Powerful.
I love to do that. Yeah, that's the other thing too is there was actually a question here. I'm going to combine it in. That was like favorite candle combos across collections. Candle combos is truly the way to go if you're like a candle head.
It's the next level.
Don't rely on just one candle to fill up 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
I mean, she can only do so much. Get creative with it. Like, I love, obviously, the collections that we make them with, they're made to be burned together. I'm having a hard time talking today.
Oh, I haven't.
I think it's my allergies. But yeah, like I would love to do this with the Enya, which is a wild mint candle for like a refreshing moment.
It's super refreshing.
But you can go cross collection.
Like the Mystics and the Coven is really fun together.
Mystics and Coven are a no-brainer, easy to mix together. Willow from the Coven goes with everything. I like to burn.
So does Hermione.
That's true. It just adds a woodsiness to everything.
Honestly, they all do.
Right? But if you burn Willow with Share, Jasmine and Rosewater, that's one of my favorites because it takes Share to like a spooky level, which I think is a really nice combo. I burn that one together a lot. I think
it brings you the Witches of Eastwick.
For sure. Yeah, I think so. That's giving very Witches of Eastwick. And then another one that I've really been into is Hermione with Billy. So Hermione is Cedar and Thyme, and then Billy is Vanilla and Embers.
It's like a
campfire with marshmallows.
With s'mores.
It smells so good. And it's not super seasonal because the way that Vanilla and Embers is, like it's sort of, there's like a floral essence to it that makes it not so sweet. So you really can enjoy it.
I don't believe in
round.
Seasonality.
I don't either. Why are we only eating like pumpkin spice only one time of year? Like I know
it's like you get hot, so you don't want to have like the flavors you like.
Initially, it was like when we harvested pumpkins. I think
that makes sense, but like we don't live in those times anymore.
No, we don't. So like I just think that like I love spice. I love fall
you're
spice.
A spice girl.
I'm a spice girl. I love spice.
Chic is to the front,
right? High C, yeah, hold tight, which we just realized, I think collectively, that they're just saying yes in different languages. High C, yeah,
hold tight. Yep.
Yes. What's another combo that I like together? Ooh, I love Janet with any of the vamps.
Oh yeah.
The Velvet Rosé candle with any of the vamps, especially Vampira, I feel like is just like a sexy, lightly sweet, haunted fruit moment, which I think is like very fun. I love haunted fruits.
Yeah, that's really fun. I like that.
It's good because there's like a
fruit.
Juiciness, but also like kind of smoky, musky, haunted house mix.
I feel like Spooky Fruits is like the cereal that we would put out.
Spooky Fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I would eat that. There's a witch on the cover.
Yeah, it's like
it's a cauldron.
It's a ghost that's a witch.
I love that. That's kind of my main interest is just a witch ghost.
Yeah.
Do you have any combos that you like?
You kind of touched them on all of them.
The ones that we're doing a lot lately. I mean, obviously the obvious ones like Rome and Michelle, we've been burning nonstop.
Yeah.
But you really can get creative with it.
I mean, I love Lucille, so I like put Lucille with like anything.
I can't think of like any that would be bad together.
Yeah.
Because it weirdly, like, they're so dimensional. Like, every candle scent that we do has so many layers of scent.
Yeah.
That they're gonna...
It's gonna weave in somewhere.
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna work. So, yeah, I hope that was helpful.
It's like like the Phil Spector wall of sound. It's like the Bijou Candles wall of smell.
Scent, except we're not murdering anybody.
No, definitely not.
No. And we also don't have that hair. That hair is so big.
If only I could grow that hair.
A lot of secrets.
Right?
All right, do you want to have another little something so that we can?
Question.
All right, so here's I asked them. I have a bunch of answers here. All right, influence me. Snacks, spring stuff, Spotify playlists, whatever. Y'all have the best taste in everything. First and foremost, thank you so much.
That's very nice.
That's such
influence me is so funny.
I love to be influenced too. I'm like, tell me what to get.
Allegra, Zyzal, Zyrtec, the trifecta, spring stuff.
Why do you like both Zyzal and Zyrtec, Alaina?
Well, because my friend whose parents are doctors.
Yes.
Told me, who also suffers from very similar allergies, told me that they are the chemical opposite, the molecular mirror of each other, right? Or opposite. So it's like the yin and the yang of.
It's like a full spectrum
of allergens. Yeah. So like whatever Zyrtec isn't doing, the Zyzal comes in and picks it up for it.
Yeah. So if you're failing on Zyrtec, try Zyzal.
And then I just threw an Allegra in there for fun, you know.
I have been using Allegra recently
because I'm a music fan, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No, but what am I influencing? What do I want you guys to get? What am I really into right now?
Hold for pause. I know, right?
What? Oh, okay. Here's a good one. Do you ever have a thing where you're doing your skincare and blah, 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 and no matter what you're doing, you're getting like kind of some acne and you're like, why? Mm-hmm. It's because your towels are dirty.
Well, sheets and towels.
So there's this company called Clean Skin Club, and they have like these towels that you can use. I love them because I use them for more than one thing, so they're not like super wasteful. But then I also cut them in half, so like they go for longer. But they're basically like a towel for your skin, and you just like dry it off, and then you can use it to then like wipe down your sink after, or to like clean your makeup brushes or whatever. I use it like a billion times before I throw it away because it's super absorbent. It has changed the game for me skin-wise because like I was getting acne and now I'm having way better success with Clean Skin Club. You can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, they're biodegradable.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, we've been using that. And then also wash your pillowcases.
Wash your pillowcases.
Because like that's a big
way
one.
More often than you think. Like you should be probably like switching it during the week.
Right. Playlists, like I've been really like there is like a lack of new music to me for some reason. I can't find anything that I'm like really into.
Right.
I love the new Azalea Banks song, which is
like
not
Bottega.
That it's not that new, but
yeah, but it's been popping.
I'm like an
house.
Azalea Banks apologist.
Yeah.
And I can't stop listening to the Sasha Colby song from the finale, Goddess.
Goddess.
I am obsessed with it.
Goddess. That bitch is Goddess.
Also, I like the Lux one a lot too, but the Sasha Colby song, they need to make it a full track.
Someone else was asked us to talk about Sasha Colby, so this is a great time to just weave that in. Congratulations to our new
spoiler alert
queen, Sasha Colby.
I just love 37-year-olds.
She's our age.
Let's throw it out there. I love it that she's 37 so much.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a really fun season of RuPaul's
It really
Drag Race.
Was so good. I feel like like I said this to you before, I feel like the crowning of Sasha Colby, like kind of reignited a franchise that like didn't even need to be reignited. But like it kind of like united all of us around this performer.
Yeah.
That we all celebrate together, and like she won, and we're all just like so happy about it in a time when trans people are being like genocided basically. Right. And I think it's so crazy. Yeah. The two realities of America.
I know. It's like you see this like huge success and almost mainstream popularity and celebrity of trans women and queer people and drag. And then on the other hand, you have what's going on. And it's literally just like, what an insane dichotomy. It's really, really wild.
They don't like to see people live authentically and be happy outside of the realm of what they deem acceptable.
Yeah, and that's because they're not living authentically. They're scared.
Like I always say, let's see your fucking search history.
Amen.
I think that like I saw somewhere that studies show that Republicans watch like trans porn more than anything.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So
there you go. What's the thing for people that are like narcissists especially, but this is kind of goes for everything, like accusations are sometimes or most often
admissions
of guilt.
Right. Usually.
Like, typically, if someone accuses you of something, it's because they either thought about doing it or they did it.
They done did it.
Yeah, so we're very excited about Sasha Colby. You guys know we're huge Drag Race fans, and I think it's great. And I loved Anitra too, and I have to say, like, it sucks for Anitra that she did lose a dancer to an injury in the finale because we didn't get to see her do, like, the trick. I wished Anitra had done more of her, like, martial arts during the finale.
I was underwhelmed.
But I do feel like there may have been... I don't know how much producing goes on with RuPaul's Drag Race because, like, I think that Sasha was the favorite to win and, like, she should have won. And, like, I'm not saying that Anitra was better than her, but I'm saying that maybe we gave the spotlight to Sasha.
Which is fine.
Not that she doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, like,
I literally am obsessed with her.
I don't think Anitra should have... I don't think she had the second best performance to get to the next round.
No. It was based probably on the season.
She had the least good one.
It was a little lackluster.
It was underwhelming
to me.
Me.
Which I think is unfortunately, because she did lose a dancer and we didn't get to see the full scope of her vibe. But Sasha was there for me. I was happy from episode 1 to have her win. She's the bomb.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, insane.
Yeah, like, Anitra definitely had some questionable runways to me.
Yeah.
While Sasha's runways were...
a 10 out of 10.
Fashion.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Fashion.
She just hits, and, like, she's so talented.
Yeah.
She's such a good dancer.
She's got... Beyond that, she has, like, she's got
a star
something.
Quality.
Like, the way she, like... In her lip sync, the goddess one, the way she like won't even lip sync some lines, and then she did that thing with her tongue.
Oh, I know.
I love it. I love her voice too.
Me too. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
On the edit.
10,000 out of 10.
Yeah. If she's listening, let's be friends.
Right?
She's listening, right?
Yeah. Hi, Sasha. We love you. Other things to influence people on, like, I just try and think of, like, because I really do get into, like, habits with things. Like, you and I are people that go through phases of things that we get obsessed with.
Definitely. You're okay. So something that Jocelyn recently acquired, and I feel like is a big thing for you, is a Razor scooter.
Okay,
the big wheel one.
This is your signal to get an adult-sized Razor scooter.
Get some sort of wheels under your feet.
Yeah,
whether it's blade. Well, we got it initially so you can come outside with me and, like, roll
zoom with you. So Alaina has been begging me to go and rollerblade with her. And, like, yes, I have rollerblades. Here's the thing, you guys. I am not comfortable. I don't have the muscle memory for rollerblading to feel comfortable screwing around at age 37. I'm not as rubbery as I was when I was a kid.
No,
yes, I know how to rollerblade. I can get on there and rollerblade, but not like Alaina. Like, Alaina has a muscle memory. Obviously, she's doing, like, tricks and stuff. Like, you're killing the game. I just, like, it's not as fun for me. And since my body is already in a constant state of hypervigilance.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not, like, an activity that, like, embraces my inner child in a good way. I'm just, like, hypervigilant still. My poor body is just like, meh.
It embraces your inner, like, parent of yourself.
I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. So I was like, you know what? I think I'd be cool on a scooter. And you know what else I kind of want to try now? You know, like, those boards where you, like, kind of...
like moon shoes?
A pogo stick. I know.
Speaking
I'm
of
just
danger.
kidding. It's like a unicycle.
Yeah.
First of all, our neighbors are like, how old are these two?
Seriously, like, the entry to our house, like, looks like
a little kid.
Like, Ryan. What's that guy's name? What was that show? Ryan Schechter? Ryan Scheckler?
Yes. What is this from?
He was like, there was like an MTV show with that kid. He's like a skateboarder.
Yes. God, I remember that.
All these shows. Anyway.
Yeah, you know, like, those boards where it's like they kind of look like this and you, like, kind of wiggle back and forth. What are those called? They're like
I know exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea what the names for any of these things are.
I saw somebody on one of them recently.
A squiggle board.
Yeah, and it looked fun.
Yeah, but that looks dangy.
What about it? Does
that looks more dangerous?
Skateboards? Like, maybe I could skateboard.
Could you?
I don't know. I could try.
Is, like, so hard to me.
Yeah, but, like, I'm not trying to do tricks. I'm just trying to go
get around.
Anyways, the scooter I love.
Yeah.
I got on. First, I was, like, a little trepidatious when I first got it, and then I was like, girl, like, don't be stupid. Like, you're not an idiot. So I started zooming around our neighborhood, and then I got really into it. All of a sudden, you see me, like, running up to the top of a hill and then just, like, zooming down the hill. And I went to bed last night and I was like, oh my God, the foot that I was using to, like, push was sore.
No, but, like, you were like a puppy that was, like, dreaming about it. And you were like, Like you were so stimulated. You had a lot to process in that.
It was a lot. I slept good last night.
And you came in and had some orange slices.
Oh yeah, I came in and I had a liquid IV because again I'm 37. And I was like, I better hydrate. This could take me out. Scooting for 30 minutes, that could take me out.
In the sun?
It was during the sunset?
Yeah. I loved it though.
I had
you
so
had
much
so much
fun.
reckless abandon. I've never seen you like that childlike before.
It really was nice for me because I was never young.
Yes, we did talk about this.
I have never been young.
No.
I was always like literally like a little old woman in my head. Like, oh no.
We determined that you entered this body and you were your consciousness had already developed so much that you like were annoyed that you had to start over phically.
Yeah.
And that you couldn't rein it. You couldn't like use your body properly
the way I wanted
because you were a baby.
That's like a totally true thing. I was extremely frustrated with potty training, as I've been told.
Yeah.
And I like did it very quickly and very young because I didn't like the diaper.
Uh-huh.
I started talking at 6 months old. I know that I know this sounds insane, but I swear on Molly's life, this is true.
No, it's true. Everyone says it.
By the age of 1, I could like speak in full sentences. How freaky is that?
It's so funny.
It's not cute. It's weird.
I wish I could have seen it. It was like fucking Rugrats.
You know what's so funny too is that because girls don't get diagnosed with neurodivergent like ADHD and autism as much, especially in our generation, and I've been diagnosed with autistic traits now as an adult, I found out that speaking really young can be a sign of autism.
Mm.
See, we had no idea in 1985.
There she has it.
Oh
God, no.
We did not know. They're like, your baby's talking really young.
They're like,
Just
why don't you put more
you.
lead in your breast milk? Formula.
Oh my God, yeah. The United States of lead.
The United States of breastfeeding is bad.
That was like the greatest generation.
Unbelievable.
Because they wanted to sell formula.
Yeah.
So they told them not to breastfeed. Can you imagine?
No.
Unbelievable.
Sure majesty.
Yeah, so I've been embracing my inner child and allowing her to just like have some freedom, and it's a 10 out of 10. So whatever it is, if you want to get a little trampoline.
I was literally just about to say trampoline.
I've done that before as like a way to exercise.
Nothing brings out joy in me like a fucking big ass trampoline.
Are trampolines the best?
Like there was like some person that we knew. It was like my old friend group, and like there was one person that was like tertiary who we would go to their house sometimes to like have a party, and they had a big trampoline in the back of the yard.
The best.
And you like couldn't get me off of it.
Oh, me too. If anybody had a trampoline
as an adult,
I'm saying. Well, now it's so much better because when we were kids, those trampolines were so dangerous
with the springs and stuff.
Oh, you get a leg caught in one of those springs.
Yeah,
you're out. You also could like when we would like fling each other when you jump at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Now they have them in the ground.
I don't know why that doesn't hit the same for me. Like just seeing it in the ground, it like seems so weird to me.
To me, I like it.
It feels like an above ground pool. It's like the trampoline version of an above ground pool.
It's literally
it feels unnatural.
the opposite.
No, it's not.
It's an
like
in-ground trampoline.
Yeah, but that's the opposite of what it is.
I like it in the ground.
In the ground. No. That feels too weird. You're not bouncing on earth.
What? Who cares? It's just that if you fall, you don't fall as far.
It's about perception.
Guys, I don't see eye to eye with
Kourtney Kardashian. This is get your trampolines out of your floor.
So when they get these trampolines, are these like special in the ground trampolines, or are they just like digging a foundation?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't understand. Comment below.
They're digging a hole in the ground.
I really would like
an empty hole.
I want like a Olympic-sized gymnast.
A crater.
Trampoline.
You want to go do gymnastics.
I want to create a facility for adults for things that are perceived as child activities for adults.
Are kids allowed?
No. Kids have their own. It's actually a place.
Is there a separate area for kids? Because I feel like is this place going to be for childless adults or adults?
Adults in general.
Right. Leave your kids at home?
Yes, maybe we'll I'm very big on childcare, so maybe there's a childcare moment. But like, regardless of that, this is a facility where adults can go and learn fun things.
What do we have?
Like gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Laser tag?
Sure. Dance classes for people that just want to dance and learn how to dance without having dancers in the class be there to be like,
so what kind of dancing are you offering at this? Because it's not like salsa.
No,
I feel like that's the only type of classes
it's
you
literally
can,
like
as an
stuff
adult.
for kids, like but for adults, like
What are they?
tap 101, ballet
that's
101, jazz 101, hip hop
So
101.
like an Abby Lee Miller Center for adults.
No, not competitive dancing.
Not competitive.
This is just
No,
like
that's not- yeah.
you go in there and you do it and you learn it and you leave feeling great, and it's not for any reason.
JoJo C was Dance Center for young adults.
Yeah, call me JoJo. I have a lot of ideas.
that.
It could be a lesbian joint. We can figure this out
I do
together.
feel like we'll be lesbian heavy.
Yeah, well, okay, great. Lesbians love to have fun.
We
right?
sure do. That's a shirt.
You know what? This shirt says, you know what? Lesbians, they love to have
They
fun.
do.
You know what that made me think of?
Yeah, can you please tell this story?
Okay. So when Alaina and I were in the city, we would take sort of like twilight walks with Molly and Oliver, we still have Molly. Oliver was her brother. May he rest in peace.
It was so not SSDGM of us.
But
I would like come home wasted and then like go walk the dogs at like 1 a.m. with headphones in.
Alaina, what were we thinking?
No, but in my head I was like, I'm the predator.
You have to think that way.
Right?
You got to give that energy off.
Yeah.
But we would go and walk in the twilight with these dogs, and Molly and Oliver are half Yorkie and half Bichon Frise. And when they were a little bit younger, they really looked a lot more Yorkie-like because they had darker fur. Dogs just get lighter as they get older. It's so cute.
Like people.
They just get like so cute. Anyways, so there was a man that we would see on our walks, middle-aged man, definitely probably on the autism spectrum.
He was almost like a Leslie Jordan type.
But
R.I.P.
But
not gay.
No. And also not like definitely on the spectrum, I would say.
Yeah.
But so nice, and we would just see him all the time. And he always had some comments about dogs. He loved dogs, and this one particular dog.
He was like a Mr. Magoo. Like
yes.
He was such a cartoon character.
What? He was almost like a sprite. A Harlem Convent Avenue sprite.
Like you see him too?
Yes. We both have seen him. So he would always like say something about the dogs. And one time he saw Molly and Oliver and he goes, Yorkies, they glow in the night. And like the amount of time that we say Yorkies, they glow in the night, it's on a daily basis.
And he was right. They were glowing in the night.
And then have I told this story on the podcast before?
Don't know.
It doesn't matter. And then another time, Molly and Oliver met some Shih Tzus.
Yep.
And they were outside sniffing. And he walks by again. He goes, a Yorkie and a Shih Tzu are friends? And we were just like,
I was like, this guy's my best friend.
I just loved him. His energy was just lovely energy.
He was asking all the right questions.
Right. It was just, those are the things like, Alaina and I will quote things from things that happen in our lives that make no sense.
Yes.
And sometimes when we're recording the podcast, we have to be like, oh wait, that's not a turn of phrase that anybody else
Right. It's like not from
knows.
anything except for something we experienced.
I love actually like inside bits so much that people have.
So many inside bits.
One of my favorite ones is how's 7-Up for ya? Which I'm gonna talk about this.
To talk about it.
So we were at this wedding and it was like a mess up where the caterers were scam artists, and
we actually called the Red Wedding.
It was pretty bad.
It was like the worst day of my life.
It was a comedy of errors. But the bartender was like from another planet.
The bartender.
Right? So our friend tells us the story. She's like, you guys are not going to believe this. So I just go up there and she waited in like a super long line, and then she finally gets to the bar and she's like, can I have a vodka soda? And he looks at her and he goes, how's 7-Up for ya?
She was like, okay, I guess.
So we literally will constantly just be like, how's 7-Up for you? And be like, no.
Keep in mind, I brought my own vodka to this wedding in anticipation of these issues.
And
everyone else drank
Wait,
it.
there was a period of time, talk about influencing. Okay. Yeah, there was a period of time when we were drinking where Alaina specifically was very particular about what kind of alcohol you would have, like what brand, and we got really obsessed with Ciroc.
I wanted to minimize my hangovers. So I would like do trials of like different kind of alcohol to see like what would give me the least amount of hangover.
So apparently, is Ciroc made from grapes?
Yeah.
It's vodka made from grapes.
Yeah.
How'd they do that?
I don't know.
Does that make it wine?
It's white wine.
Comment below.
That's white wine.
Yeah. White wine. Isn't that Drake? White wine.
You mean wheelchair Jimmy?
Wheelchair Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. So Yeah, so Alaina would only eat Ciroc, by the way, drink Ciroc, to the point where, like, I literally remember going on nights out with you, and you, like, would just, like, have Ciroc in your bag.
Sorry, not sorry. Influencer.
But
SpawnCon.
it really did legitimately help with the hangovers.
It was, like, literally this one time I drank a bunch of Ciroc, and the next day I took, like, a huge shit and wasn't hungover, and I was like, this is my only drink I will ever drink.
That is absolutely true. Candy's arm. From before, you guys remember that a couple episodes ago?
From before.
What's another? I love inside bits, though. Can you guys please comment and message me? I'm serious. Send me a message on Instagram or write me an email, podcast@Bijou Candles. I want to hear what you and your family and your partner or whatever, what are your daily inside bits, inside things? I think it's so funny. It really makes me laugh. Like, I've heard some before, like, what's one?
One that we say.
Oh, wait, no, there's one where their cat or dog, like, constantly, like, rearranges, like, digs at the furniture or moves the pillows, and they pretend that it's what's his name from First Wives, like, like, decorating.
Oh my god.
That's, like, bits are so funny.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Me too. Yeah, we have a ton of
Remember when we had that magazine at your parents' house?
Car and Driver?
Car and Driver. We found this copy of Car and Driver magazine from, like, 2004.
Yep.
That was, like, still in the bathroom.
There's a hefty collection.
And we just decided to start trolling each other with this magazine, and we would just, like, hide it in places for the other one to find. Like
in bed.
Like, I'd put it in the fridge and be like, can you go get me a drink? And it would be...
Car and Driver. Something that we do say a lot now is something my dad said.
What?
I never eat.
I never eat.
But with the accent.
I never eat. I go to give him, like, made pastries or something, and I was like, you want one? And he literally takes one and goes, I never eat. And then ate it. He's so funny. He says stuff like that all the time, and it's so funny to me.
He's ridiculous.
Because it just, like, tickles me. Like, like, that's something we would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just stupid. I love being stupid. I love being dumb.
Yeah, being dumb.
The dumber it is, the funnier it is to me.
It's very RuPaul of us.
Yeah.
I love it that. Dumb.
Yeah, constantly. I constantly am singing Scatman. To the point where in the new season of that show, what's it called with Rob Lowe and his son? Unstable.
Yeah.
I can't believe I remember that.
Good job.
The show literally starts with Scatman playing, and our friends
it's haunting
like,
you.
"Oh my god, did you guys hear it? That song is coming for me."
So is Rob Lowe someone that we just, like, accept as someone who did some, like, kind of gross stuff, and we just, because he's so gorgeous?
I don't know. Well, first of all, this goes into the bigger question of cancel culture. Cancel culture is, like, a myth.
It is. It's absolutely a myth. It doesn't exist.
For example, what's his name? Louis C.K. sold out, like, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't exist.
In the last couple years. Like, you don't get canceled. You just get a different set of fans.
Right.
And
I mean, look at, like, again, Scam Duvall. Like, they're literally the best rate. Like, the ratings are, like, 83% higher than ever.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing fine.
I mean, it's an absolutely riveting season of Vanderpump Rules. If you guys aren't watching this season of Vanderpump Rules, first of all, I would just say, like, if you're a pop culture, head, which if you're listening to this podcast, you absolutely are.
Yeah.
It's worth watching it just because you learn a lot about everything. You learn a lot about just everything. People, personality disorders, especially that show.
Yeah. It's wild because, like, it is our age group.
Yeah.
It spans
slightly older.
No, like, Katie and like
they're our
girls
age.
Are, like, younger than us.
The boys are, like, in their 40s, yeah.
But, like, it's our group, like,
they're old millennials, yeah.
And it's interesting, like, our lives have run parallel, basically.
Totally.
And, like, when the show started in 2013, I think it was.
Oh my god.
Like,
no man's
we
land.
were kind of on that same track. We were living
Partying.
very similar lifestyles, right? And to watch them be debaucherous and make me feel better about my behavior,
because they were so much worse.
Yeah, there's, like, and they're so funny. Like, I know Jax is terrible, but I'm kind of a Jax apologist, I hate to say. Like, I think he's got value.
Well, the only thing about Jax is that despite the fact that he is a liar, he has also never told a lie.
Right.
Like, for example, when he is talking about, like, what happened, he just says it.
Right.
He's like, and, like, he gets in trouble for it while the Toms are just, like, filthy liars.
But I also feel like Jax is like, yeah, I'm a liar.
Yeah. So then you're like, are you then not a liar?
Right. I'm like, what do you think you're getting,
like,
with this guy?
Jax shows you. He shows you.
Right.
What he is.
Like, he's a coked out, like roid head who cheats on everything, and
whose name is Jason Couchy.
And he named himself Jax Taylor. Like that, he is what he looks like.
I am what I am.
He's a wolf in a wolf's clothing.
I am what I am.
So
exactly right.
To me, that is like way more acceptable than someone who's like, well, I don't know, man, like, and like trying to win people
pretend
over
I'm
with
like
manipulative
sweet.
humor.
Yeah, it's
like,
more manipulative and secretive and creepy and insidious.
I've hated these guys from day one.
You have.
I have not hated Jax. I think Jax is fucking hilarious.
He's funny.
I do also hate him, but
totally,
you get what I'm saying.
But like, as far as like, you know, a TV villain, you're like, at least you know.
Also, justice for James Kennedy.
James Kennedy is so funny to me.
He's the funniest person like on television.
Everything he says. Also, I don't hate Lala as much as everybody does.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
I think the thing about Lala is like the Christina Aguilera aspect of her personality.
Yeah,
where it's just like, can you just like stop?
I know. You mean Lauren from Utah?
Like, stop.
Which is like, this... mama.
Yeah.
Baby girl.
Like,
mama.
Girl. Just like, like, it's a little bit.
I mean, yes, absolutely that. But also, like.
But at the same time, so like, I have no issue.
She's
like,
sober.
She's right about everything.
Yeah, she hasn't, you know.
Raquel is an absolute nightmare of a person. Unbelievable.
I almost think she's a sociopath.
Yeah.
In watching the last episode where she is literally like lying to people's faces, bold-faced, like I cannot believe.
Like, and like not little white lies.
No.
Like huge, life-shattering, I'm fucking your partner.
Common law husband of 12 years.
And I'm looking you in your face.
Dead in the face.
And like that whole thing with Oliver, who's Garcelle's son, where she basically went on that date to call him out for being whatever married, cheating technically scandal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's like, I'm not the kind of girl that would ever do that.
This is like Donald Trump level.
Yeah. It is like compulsive
it's worse.
lying.
It's worse.
How is it worse?
Because because Donald Trump is a Jax.
That's true. But the thing is that some people don't know that. I guess like the dangers of someone like a Jax and a Donald, because like people do fall for it. They do fall for it. And I think that's the sad part. Some people are not as good at picking up on those cues, and that's fair enough. Some people don't have that. They don't see that. Some of you weren't traumatized as babies.
I know, you weren't exposed to these kinds of personalities early on enough. Well, to be like, you are. Yeah.
Something's not sitting right with me.
That's the thing. Like, watch this show as like research.
Right.
This is what to avoid.
Yes.
These are the red flags.
Exactly.
And like Raquel, man, like I can't decide if I think she's like the dumbest person alive or if she's like running some sort of ring. Like I don't get what's happening. Like it's scary. This is one scary. I can't read.
I'm having a hard time with it too. It's absolutely fascinating to watch. Please watch along if you're not. I'd love to discuss it with you.
But like this is, something that really does interest me. Is like understanding people's trauma as like harsh as that. It's not that I mean.
No,
that, like,
I actually think that's a really good thing to say, Alaina, because like for me, a way that like that helps me cope with like literally everything, because I mean at the end of the day, people are questionable. I mean everybody. Like so, we've all gone through it. We've all been questionable people. We all are
not
growing.
Like this, but
I mean people grow and learn and change. Okay, but just like watching this is just on a different level. Like I literally don't understand how you can do this.
Right.
Like how you can be so deceptive to people's faces on TV.
Who have like opened up their homes to you.
Right. And you also know that you're literally being filmed and recorded 24/7, so you know it's gonna come out.
Right.
Like
I don't think she did. That's why I'm like, I genuinely might think she's the dumbest person alive.
Here's my thing is what I think might be happening. I think there are some people in the world that don't take really anything seriously. Like they
sociopaths.
Yes, like exactly. Like
right.
I don't know if it's limited to sociopaths, but like if let me know what you guys think.
Like nothing is real.
Like there's a layer of things where it's like this isn't really real.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe Rachel has come to the point where she is like, this is TV and it's not really real, and like she's sort of like deluded herself into thinking that like there's not really real consequence. Kind of. Because, like, the way that she's behaved is almost like she's being produced by herself. I don't even
Interesting.
know.
Like she's on the show Jury Duty.
Yeah, like she's kind of, which, by the way, you want to be influenced? Watch Jury Duty. I could talk about Jury Duty.
Okay.
Let's switch right into it.
Jury Duty is what's up.
Okay, so you get it on Amazon. It came out. James Marsden is in it. Here's the concept. It's jurors, a trial, and the whole selection process, the jury process, all of this, and it's a documentary about jurors and the process, except that it's all fake. Every single person is an actor except for one guy.
Yeah.
And this one guy is basically having this entire thing, this like fake reality being like, and we get to see how he reacts to it. It was so good. We just finished it.
So you get you can get the idea of the tone. It's The Office and Borat are like the people behind it.
It's Borat people too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So the people behind The Office made it, and I kind of felt like it was The Office meets
Borat.
No, not Borat, but yes, because he does push things really far. The Rehearsal.
Right, but Borat is like a master at blurring the line between reality and.
You're 100% right.
Not. It's very Truman Show.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Because like when you watch Borat, you're like, who is involved in like who is being fooled, like who is behind this type of thing, and it's like that. And they specifically chose this guy. Oh my god, he's because precious. They wanted it to be like a hero story.
It's pretty cute. You guys have to watch it. I don't want to give away too much.
It's so good. Like it's a show that I watched. I like didn't look at my phone.
No, I would like laugh out loud.
Like the acting is spectacular because these people were acting 24/7 because they sequestered them for whatever. There's like a reason.
There's a reason. You guys,
but they'll stay in a hotel together.
It's so funny. And James Marsden is one of the jurors because it takes place in LA, and like conceivably famous people have to go to jury duty. So it plays himself, but he plays he's so good. Everyone is so good.
Yeah.
Please watch it. It's one of my favorite shows. I want them to do so many more seasons, but like if they do, it'll get to the point where people are going to be in these situations and they're going to be like, is this
no
jury
it has
duty?
To be something completely different than jury
totally
duty.
different.
Well, what would it be? Like, what could it be?
I don't know.
It could be like a new season of America's Next Top Model.
I mean, that was already a joke, right?
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I was rooting for you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That just she like invented everything, Tyra Banks.
I know, right?
There's like there's a paper or a thesis that could be written.
She wrote.
That right? Didn't she go to Harvard?
Yeah, she went to like Harvard Business School.
That Tyra Banks is basically the godmother of modern reality TV.
She's the godmother
and culture.
of so much shit. She right now is behind some sort of like ice cream brand that is being sponsored by the UAE.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was like not an AI generated response that I just gave you. That was real. And so she was like doing some interview that I was listening to, and sorry,
I can't handle it.
I like lost my train of thought. Okay, UAE ice cream Tyra Banks. Okay, so she was like, they were asking her about like, because she's like a branding genius, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, this is what I tell my students at Stanford Business School in my class. And
she's like a professor. I know.
And she said something that really stuck with me. She said, it's not about talent, it's about taste. And I was like, bitch, yes, that's so true.
That I love. I love it's not about talent, it's about taste. And you want to know what other thing I really heard? Who said it? I forget who said it. And hold on, I'm trying to get what the words were correct. I want to say it correctly. It's not about talent, it's about taste. I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's not that. No, there's another one. It's like you don't have to be the best. You just have to be the most unique.
Right. Yeah.
It's not about being the best at something. Right. It's about being something unique.
Wait, that's what it was. That's what she said. Talent and taste is from beef.
Talent and taste is from beef. Okay.
You're right. That's right.
So that is the Tyra quote.
Yes, that's the Tyra quote.
So talent and taste is from the show Beef, which if you haven't watched, watch. And the Tyra Banks quote is like, it's not about like being the best at this, the best at that. It's like just being the most authentically unique, memorable. Being memorable. We got there, guys. Yep. Good job, honey.
Right? Because I think the question was like, isn't there a bunch of ice cream already? She was like, this one's from the UAE.
Yeah. This one has questionable.
Unique.
This one has questionable morals.
Right.
And a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Like, what is the take on this ice cream? We don't even know.
I don't know, but it should be like, can someone please make a fucking blended cottage cheese something for
Wait,
me?
speaking of influencing, and things to get, I have to say something that as people who are neurodivergent, something that happens for us is it's hard for us to plan and prepare and make food because we'll get hyper focused on work or whatever, and then be like, oh my God, I haven't eaten in 6 hours, and now it's an emergency, and now I don't have the time to make something healthy for myself.
A lot of emergency eating.
So if you're like this and you're desperately trying to eat things that, number one, taste good and give you your proteins, because guys, like it or not, we need a lot of protein.
Yeah.
This is something that I hate to admit because I'm a carb girl 24/7.
We all are.
I'm a carb woman.
If I could eat just carbs 24/7, I would love. That's like my dream.
They just make my belly happy.
That's like my number one genie wish is like, can you make it so I can only eat sweet carbs?
Right? Sweet carbs.
Yeah.
Put that on my tombstone. She loved sweet carbs.
Sweet carbs.
And salty ones. But we are constantly looking for things that we can like make quickly in the middle of the day, especially so that we don't like have like a meltdown.
Oh my God, what is this gonna be?
So one of the things we love is Bonza pizza.
Oh, I love Bonza pizza.
From the production house that made you Bonza pasta.
The House of Bonza.
The House of Bonza. Yeah. Chickpea pasta, chickpea mac and cheese, 10 out of 10. They also make a frozen pizza that is so good. It's nostalgic, kind of.
Yeah, it gives me like it has like such a hard bottom.
It sounds like you're making it sound bad, but it's genuinely great.
Good.
It's like a crispy, delicious like roller rink.
What's your favorite frozen pizza of your? Like, remember we had that like French. Yeah. What's the baguette pizza we used
French
to
bread
Stouffer's?
pizza. That's the number one for me.
Stouffer's French bread. We had a moment with that when we first started
Stouffer's
dating.
French bread pizza is the best frozen pizza.
You know, I think it's like a low key sleeper is Elio's.
I like an Elio's.
Yeah.
McCain Elio's.
Yeah.
Remember pizza pockets.
Yeah. You know what? I think DiGiorno's is kind of gross.
I'm not a DiGiorno, but I'm a Mama Celeste.
Sure.
Remember you come home from school and then you would take it out and put it on that like little disc that they came with to make it crisp in the microwave? What is that disc made out of? And lead. Are we okay? You take your lead disc.
You're not supposed to eat that?
I've been eating the disc.
I don't care because bagel bites all day and that little fucking lead tray they come in.
Oh, bagel bite. Is it lead?
Probably. I don't know
it's
what
something that reacts with the
Teflon?
waves of the microwave.
I know, whatever. The microwave itself is doing God knows what to us.
How does it work?
Maybe it's making us smarter.
You never know. You never know about microwaves. Is there actually a problem with eating? I'm sure when microwaves first came out, people were like, I'm not using that.
Right.
Newfangled thing.
I mean, that's how they felt about like light bulbs, about light.
Oh, yeah. We're all going to go down to the Herald Square to watch them turn on the lights.
Illumination.
For the first time.
The Gilded Age.
Well, you can come and have a picnic in my car.
We're going downtown to the square to see the chat GPT reveal. Didn't someone ask something about the AI?
Yes.
Jokes on them. Wait. This whole episode is AI. We're not here.
Oh my God. That's what it's going to be. Yes.
That's great. Because like I'm sick
Actually,
of
this is from my friend Chelsea. AI robot takeover. Wants us to talk about AI and robot takeover. Let's talk about it.
I mean, so far so good. John Connor hasn't come knocking on my door yet. So
I can totally see how it can and will go wrong.
Yes, of course.
One of the biggest issues is going to be jobs, because like AI definitely
that's already an issue.
Is gonna take it, but like even more so.
Yeah.
To the point where like you might not even need like actors. You might not even need anybody.
Yeah, I literally just saw someone make a video where he looked exactly like Justin Bieber.
And it wasn't him?
No, Justin Bieber doesn't make videos. Are you kidding? He can barely like get up.
Poor Justin Bieber.
I know, let the guy just like retire.
Is he okay? Every time I see him, he's like going like this, and like Haley's rubbing his back. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the couple that every time they go to a party, he has a meltdown, and she's like, I have to take Justin home. And you're just like, I feel
1000%. He's like, I love Frank Ocean's show, and he like it shows a picture of him, and he's like, watching a show like this.
God.
Also, Coachella's like, can we stop?
Someone made a really good point yesterday. Oh, you know what it was? I was listening to Las Culturistas because they had Melanie Linsky on, who I love.
Whose accent is so
awesome.
Funny.
Phenomenal. 10 out of 10. And our friend who lives right near us is also from New Zealand. And her accent is a little bit more like, I've been in America for a while. But like, oh my God.
Every time we see her, I'm like, oi!
Oi! But Melanie Linsky kept saying, Directa?
Yeah.
Directus, and I was losing my mind. I cannot believe that she can do an American accent. It's the coolest accent ever.
Wait, so what about her? In Coachella?
She was talking about how, or somebody was when they were talking about Coachella and how like they're never gonna go because whatever. But they were saying, remember, it used to be like cool bands.
Yeah.
And now
like 9 Inch Nails.
And now it's like pop stars.
And like Rage Against the
Which
Machine.
is like fine and fun, but it's interesting to see the way that it's sort of changed. But here's the thing is we don't really have mainstream bands anymore as
No, it's
much.
so different. They're actually kind of, I feel like there's like a wave now of them trying to pit millennials against Gen Zs.
And it's not going to happen.
Like, and saying that millennials really romanticize the 90s, which we do, because we should.
Because it was the only thing that was
and
nice.
And how we talk about how like everything sucks now, which like it does suck, but like in terms of like music and entertainment, things are obviously so different. Like,
yeah, it's super produced.
It's so, but not even that. It's like so oversaturated. Like there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Like there are just so many acts. Like we can't even agree on like who's the biggest act.
No, yeah,
to put the biggest letters on the poster.
Yeah, like you have the ability to get involved in niche content, but that has such a rich amount of content that you could be consuming something in such a small world and have a full, fruitful experience.
Right.
Like, we're not all listening to the Beatles.
Right, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, totally. And I think Coachella is so funny. Like, just to watch it, like, in this, like, kind of, we are living in a dystopia. Let's be real.
Oh, my God, right?
Because, like, you know, when we say things like, oh, the millennials, like, you know, romanticize the 90s, let me just tell you what we don't romanticize. The fact that we didn't know shit. We didn't have access to information like we do now.
Yeah.
And socially and for BIPOC, queers, not great.
Yeah.
Women, still not great, but not great. Also still not great.
Right.
It is in some ways better now for sure. I mean, we can get married for one thing. But like, you know.
For now.
Right. It's just, there was something about it that just didn't feel as terrifying as it does now, and it felt good. It was sort of like the peak. If you're gonna go for capitalism, the 90s were like, this is what it can be.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing.
But it robbed it from the future.
Bingo. In order for that to have worked and to have been like, wow, Pepsi.
Yeah.
We had to steal from the future.
It was before we knew how predatory and just terrible all of those things were.
Right. But both just like how it was being marketed, what was being marketed, what it was made out of. Like it was bad.
When we feel especially some type of way and like nostalgic, we'll sit and watch YouTube videos of old commercials, which in and of itself is so like
freaking
grotesque.
Weird.
Like, I know it's sick, but like
mother's milk.
Like old commercials, like that is sickening.
That is what calms
in a bad
us down.
way. Yes.
I know. Alaina and I will be like, oh, it's
like
10:45. We got to go up to bed. But let's just watch 15 minutes of commercials from 1993.
Right.
Especially during Halloween.
Oh my God, the Halloween ones.
And it just the sound of like the hiss of the VHS tape sometimes exists on these YouTube videos. And like, honestly, it's like ASMR.
Yeah.
And it's just, it brings me back to a time where I wasn't worried about like the ice caps melting.
I
like,
have to tell you, like, 9/11 fucked it up for a lot of people in different ways. Like, it radicalized a lot of people in a very scary way.
9/11 too that there was
not Columbine.
Columbine, yes, it was Columbine, then 9/11, and then the hits just kept coming.
Yeah, but even Columbine felt like at the time, to me personally, it felt like a one-off,
an isolated incident.
Yes, it didn't feel like this is gonna keep happening and get so much worse.
We didn't know.
When did the assault ban come in? Like
I don't even know.
Or expire? Like the assault weapons ban expired at some point.
I actually
90s.
don't. I don't know.
Anyway, but 9/11 really fucking disillusioned the shit out of me.
I think that if you watch, there's so many older millennials that go online to explain it, and like that's exactly a huge part of it. Our worldview changed.
15.
Yeah,
15 is like the prime age for something like that.
Can you imagine when 9/11 happened? On the day it happened, I was in 9th grade, 15th grade, 10th grade. So we were sophomores. Are we sophomores?
Yes.
You keep telling me this.
Yes.
I don't remember times. We were sophomores. I was in U.S. history class. And
being told lies.
Yep. And then they come, all of a sudden he leaves, the teacher, and comes in and rolls the TV in and then turns it on because everyone's like, oh my God. And we just like watched it.
And then the second plane hits and you're just like, oh my God.
It was
I
absolutely
was like losing
crazy.
my mind. We had just come from the city because
Yep.
we dropped my brother off at school.
Yep.
And we were driving back down and we like
You left the day before.
Yes. We were at World Trade Center. I was like taking photos. I had like a black and white photography
on September
class.
10th.
Yes, and I was like taking pictures at the World Trade Center.
Alaina,
My uncle lived
crazy.
like down the street. My sister was a first responder.
Yep.
We were all like, I couldn't get.
I think your uncle was a first responder too.
No, he just like lived there.
They were like, eye doctors. Your sister was, and she went and helped like flush people's eyes, and it's crazy. And
my uncle's apartment was literally like on Worth Street.
Oh my god.
Or like West Broadway actually, and he has these pictures. He took pictures. He like, went on the roof before he had to like evacuate his house, and he has like pictures of like the second plane hitting that are like on Getty Images.
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
And my gym teacher, her husband was in one of the planes.
Right.
Brian Sweeney. It's like one of the famous ones that they always show on the anniversary of 9/11 is the call to Jules.
Right. Like, how did they get fucking cell phone service? Like, there's so much shit about 9/11.
Guys, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
That's the thing. It's like we're watching we watched the MH like 370.
Yeah, the Flight 370.
Thing,
yeah.
And it's like, do you really not believe that your government is capable of this?
I mean, guys,
look at history.
We know.
Iran-Contra.
I don't want to get like, so first of all, I just want to say like that the term conspiracy theory was made up by like the CIA so that they would.
To make people sound crazy
exactly,
when they were right.
Exactly.
It's like, it's gaslighting official.
Exactly.
Government sanctioned gaslighting.
Right. Like if you don't think that like your government is capable, it's a mafia. Anyways.
Yeah. And we have the worst one.
we really
do. No,
it's not North Korea, but
yeah, but like think about the sheer global superpower that we have.
Yeah,
like,
globally.
You know, these fucking red states are sounding like North Korea.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna teach.
Watch out.
Dear leader will decide what the education is.
Yes. So. You guys, this is why history, we got to learn it right and learn it well because people are people.
And like voting does matter. Like look at Michigan. It's all Democratic and they're passing like fucking gun laws.
Right.
Like, so. Assault rifle bans.
Yes.
Like red flag laws.
Yes.
Like they're passing this shit with Democrats in office. So voting does matter.
All this to say, vote.
Yeah.
Often, early, as much as you can. And yeah, so I mean... all that back to AI,
right?
I mean, I think if you haven't gone to ChatGPT and tried it out, it's a pretty incredible tool.
It really is.
You can teach it how to write like you.
Yeah.
You feed it stuff that you've done,
and if you want to,
and you say,
you know,
make this like if in this voice. Can you write this? I've used it a few times just to kind of like mess around with it, and I'm so polite to it because
I know I say like please and thank you.
I'm like thank you so much, and it's like no problem.
Because when they rise up, I want them to remember I was nice.
Me, remember me different.
Oh my god!
But like there is so much cool stuff that AI can do. Like, have you heard about they've had AI that accurately and quickly can diagnose things for like health wise?
Oh my god.
Because it takes all of the information and then puts the maths together and is like,
so
it could be this.
Like, what if it's wrong? That's so scary.
No, I mean, you still then,
I know.
But like there is some things that I think it can be good for.
Can it also tell me how to not pay my medical bills when I do get the treatment that it tells me to get?
Right? Probably.
God.
I don't really understand how it works because it also says something like, I can't read websites. And I'm like, but then how do you know all this stuff?
Aren't you a website?
I don't get it. Guys,
like, go crawl. Isn't that what they call it?
Right?
Go crawl the
internet?
Yeah.
How does the internet work also? Like,
Hack the planet.
You know, like, how it's like tubes and how we discovered it?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like a theory? I don't get it.
You know how, like, we discovered the internet, but it was already there? Like, what does that mean, though?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Somebody tell me.
Right?
You know, maybe it's beyond,
it's
I don't think
Matrix.
I don't need to know.
The Matrix, you guys, is like, it's so relevant.
Right.
It really holds up.
Yeah, it does.
God,
well, because, like, here's the thing, too. You know how, like, everyone is always like, oh, you're living in a simulation. Like, whether or not it's, like, the simulation where, like, you think of it like the Matrix where you're plugged in.
Or it's like you're a sim and, like, someone's playing you.
Right. And this is your avatar.
Right.
And, like, all your memories are uploaded. Like, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Maybe that's true. But like, let's just say that it's not true and we're just people and whatever. We're still living in a simulation because we only have the 5 senses that we have.
Yes.
Which is
the simulation is the human body.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
So like the simulation
we are the artificial intelligence.
Exactly.
Because our consciousness has been uploaded into this meat sack.
Bingo. That's it.
So yes, it is a simulation because we are perceiving what our body is giving us to our brain.
And our body and brain only perceive what we need to survive.
Right.
Because we are a virus.
Which is crazy because like I don't know if our brain has not caught up to where we are technologically.
No, and I think that's why AI is so great because sometimes I can't remember all my things. And I'm like, what was your name?
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do I think AI and robot takeover? I just think, just take me.
Yeah, just take me. I don't have kids like on purpose and like just take me. Make it fast like I always say. I'll put that on a shirt. Right. Make it fast.
Right. Let's just transition to another dimension. Yeah. What if the next dimension is an even harder game? Can you take me higher?
That's the hardest part of this game is the existence of Creed.
Yeah.
The chokehold that Creed had on the fucking late 90s, 2000s.
It's, you know what I'm always so grateful for is that Sirius XM on 90s, they never play Creed for me.
Watch them only play Creed now.
Now I'm going to go in and it's going to be Lisa Loeb. She's like, hi, it's Lisa Loeb. This is Creed. Or Downtown Julie Brown. Hello, everyone. It's Downtown Julie Brown.
You love Downtown
She has
Julie
the funniest voice. And I've like had her in my ear since I was a baby. I literally remember watching MTV as a baby with Downtown Julie Brown and being like, I want to be just like her.
You know why? Mona May.
Was she? That's right. You guys, it all comes. Mona May might singularly be responsible for
my entire brain,
like fashion culture and culture in general in a way that's like, it's outrageous.
If you want to talk about influence, Mona May is where it's at. I mean, like in terms of influence, I really kind of just go back to the classics. I'm really still about those. I really like to like scientifically analyze the 90s and some of the 80s. Yeah. And just like take what I like from it.
I know. I have to say, if you guys aren't following us on TikTok at Bijou Candles, Alaina has been making some really awesome videos that reference like all of her inspirations from the 90s and whatever.
Yeah, it's like my favorite topic.
Sorry if you guys can hear the lawnmower outside. But no, that's
that one fucked me up.
That one fucked me up. No, that's messed up. But yeah, you guys have to check it out. She makes some really fun videos and they're great. But yeah, I mean, I hope I influenced you guys on stuff that's helpful because like to me, it always comes down to like stuff that actually helps. Oh, another thing that I'm literally using right now that is great is a visual timer.
Oh yeah.
So you can like, if you need to get a task done and you need to have a little like, let me get it done within this amount of time. Yeah. You like set it and it shows you a visual amount of time.
This is a hot tip from our friend Tanya.
Yes. And it really, really helps you kind of get things done. It gets enough dopamine out to be like, I got to finish it before this clock runs out.
Dopamine, man.
Not enough dopamine to go around.
I love dopamine.
I have none. Give it to me. I wake up in the morning and I'm like,
oh my God.
Is the phone doing it or is it just me?
You know, the phone's not great, but like, what can you do?
I need my computer.
I know. It is what it is.
I need my hand computer. I mean, let's talk about robots and AI. Do you want to know what I think it's going to be? Huh. Cybernetics. Is that what it's called? What's cybernetics? What is it when you put a body with you, like add something to your body?
Modification?
Like it's literally going to be like
the guy from like the new Mortal Kombat who lost his arms, they put like other arms on him.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Like, I just feel like that's going to be part of, like, AI and robotics. Is, like, mods. Yeah. Like, just, like, having your
how, like, people, like, put,
computer.
like, the thing in their hand so they can get in their house?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You know?
That's fucking scary.
Who knows that we might already be microchipped? Who knows?
Don't start.
I don't care.
With the 5G.
Do you know that I don't care? When people are like, oh, they're listening to you, I'm like, yeah?
Yeah, like, obviously.
I don't care.
No fucking shit.
Whatever.
Right.
Just, like, don't be naughty.
Right?
Oh, see, that sounds so...
I know, that's so bad.
Don't be naughty. I mean, you guys, there's no freedom.
No.
We're an economic unit.
Yeah.
We learned that on Succession, so...
Oh, yeah, watch Succession. It's, like, the fucking best show.
Yeah, if you're not watching Succession. And then somebody also asked about Yellow Jackets Season 2. Just quickly, because I know we are hitting the end of my clock.
Yeah.
But I haven't really watched a lot of it yet because
we only watched the first episode.
Let me tell you, I love season 1. I have to watch it all at once.
Yeah.
I cannot handle weekly serial watching.
I can't.
I cannot deal with it.
It's not cool.
It makes me so angry.
Like I said on the email that I sent on Monday, we were watching that Jennifer Gardner show.
Yeah, the last thing
this whole time I thought it was Gardner.
Oh my God, you guys. If you're so on our newsletter, what we watch every Monday, we send out like what we're watching, what to watch. Alaina wrote out Jennifer Gardner, and I was like, it's Garner. And the way that you looked at me, you were like, it is. This
when
whole
you just
time.
When your whole world just gets thrown upside down.
Yep. Garner.
Yeah. That's okay. So anyway, Jennifer Gardner.
You learn something new every day.
Sans D.
Yeah.
Is on that show.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like the last thing he ever
said
told me.
to me.
Yeah. First of all, maybe we should take that back to the writer's room. But like they had 2 episodes out on Apple TV.
Yeah. Loved it.
2 episodes. And it's like new episodes Friday. I'm like, who
Friday.
the fuck do you, Tim Cook, think you are?
You better give me my
I know you have those episodes.
They're ready.
This isn't Vanderpump when you're waiting for shit to happen.
No.
Like this, I know you fucking shot this in 2 weeks in fucking Sausalito.
Yeah.
And
Send
you have
me
them.
the episodes.
Send me
the episode. Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes more sense.
But it's like fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to forget.
No, it just really well. It's like why I've been having a hard time with like HBO shows, even like Succession.
I know.
Every Sunday I'm like, like I couldn't watch The Last of Us.
And the thing about like the TV is like, I have to go to each individual app to be reminded of what I'm watching. Like there isn't like a home center that's like, this is new this week.
Right.
I can't.
No.
The only thing I care about that much is RuPaul's Drag Race.
I need smart TVs to create an app that's based on the user, because they're computers. Smart TVs are computers. That's what they are, right?
Yeah.
It's a computer.
Yeah, technically.
It goes online. It has apps on it, and then you use it to stream. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to need those computers to now have an app that's like, this is what's new in all of these apps that are on here.
Right.
Why someone make that? Somebody make that and put it on my Samsung.
I know Tim is listening. He watches this show.
Right? Tim Cook. Yeah. Directly.
He's gay, so
we have a direct line to Tim
all the
Cook.
gays watch this show.
Hell yeah.
I know that for a fact.
And the allies.
Even the closeted ones.
We love
Lindsey Graham.
Oh, is Ladybugs watching this?
Yeah, he is.
I wish he wouldn't.
Ladybugs himself.
Yeah. So I hope we influenced you.
He loves our candles.
Yeah. Lindsay. I hope we influenced you in a good way. And also thank you for that delightful compliment. I'm just trying to like make things more fun and just make it a little easier. So also influence us. Tell us what you guys are using. I want to know everything.
Yeah.
Write us in your questions, your topics you want us to talk about, podcast@bijoutcandles.com.
And like and subscribe, send it around.
Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out.
It really does.
And tell your friends and family. And as always, we love you and we'll be back next week with a campfire. And have a great weekend, Candle Coven.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Bye. Love you.